of border restrictions. We get the details from 680's Adam Steinberg. The Prime Minister says he would be open to further restricting international students from entering Ontario, but needs to receive a formal request from the Premier first. Trudeau made that
I'm trying to do Prime Minister. I'm trying to do Prime. Got it? Prime Minister.
We'll do that. Just tell me what you want to do. Premier Ford has been a vocal critic of the federal government's border response, particularly during the third wave.
Everywhere he goes, there's like there's like 6 limos or 10 SUVs or whatever. So
the minister's office denies that claim. I'm Adam Steinberg.
Oh, there's people know that would hurt whoever's in charge of Canada. I wouldn't recommend trying.
With the Toronto Region Board of Trade and Rogers,
I laugh about the things that have happened because when the guy crashed.
Completing a free digital needs assessment.
I laugh about the things that happen because when the guy crashed his truck to the gate of the Prime Minister lives in the back house of the Prime Minister's house. He doesn't live in the Prime Minister's house. He lives in the guest house, which is actually where the Governor General lives. But she's under investigation, just like the Chief of Defense Staff and the other Chief of Defense Staff and the other guy. And yeah, I'm not worried about the guy in the pickup truck that smashed through a fence. He's been a little loopy. Just give him some medication or something. So that's why I can laugh with that, because nobody got hurt. There was no chance of him hurting the Prime Minister. Oh, so don't swim in Toronto's beaches for your own sake, because trust me. We just won some awards for how clean our beaches are. And I know how bad the pollution is in the world right now because I've been sort of paying attention to this for a long time. That's going to fall apart. And don't swim in. I don't care what the mayor says. He's supposed to say that's very good because 30 years ago we couldn't. I've known what the word E. coli. I used to know it. I learned the full word for E. coli when I was way too young to know these things. I can't remember what it stands for now because I don't like to think about it. E. coli. That's what it is. There's shit water and deuterium mercury lead dioxin. You know what dioxin is? PCBs. Probably a good share of lead. What's in that water? Everything upstream from 25 years ago in the Great Lakes is in our water. How did you not know how I make a new shot? I be ballin', I be ballin', I be ballin', I be ballin'. You wanna be me? Yeah, you don't understand me. Oh no, can't you go be someone else? Why can't you go and be yourself? Give me that grace. Give me that grace. I'm the one and only king. Bring a king. Yeah, I'll be your next thing. Can you tell at this point I'll be ballin'? This hand is his hand piece backwards.
I be ballin', I be ballin', I be ballin'. Till I be ballin'.
Who said she's at the fucking factory? What the hell is up with that?
I be ballin', I be ballin', I be ballin', I be ballin'. Yeah, I'ma be amazing. Yeah, it'll be so damn amazing. I will get everything. Oh, I'ma stay up on my lane. Oh, I'ma put up on my ring. Oh, I'ma sit up on my throne. Game of Thrones, I feel my own crown. Now I'm ballin', now I'm ballin', now I'm ballin'. Yeah, I'ma do it all. I'ma be the best I can.
Oh, there's lampreys in our water. Don't fuck around with that shit. I'm not even gonna tell you. You're gonna look it up. Lamprey. No matter how you spell it, you'll find it. You know, email it to your friends or whatever.
How did you not know? How I make a new shot. I be ballin', I be ballin', I be ballin', I be ballin'. I be ballin' everywhere I go and everything I do. I be flexed out, I be decked out, all the way down from the head down. I'm hard and my shit to blow up. I be ballin', I be ballin', I be ballin', I be ballin'. Yeah, I be ballin', yeah, I be so decked out. Can't you tell at this point I be ballin'? All these people be calling, cause I be ballin'. I be ballin', look I be ballin'. Can't you tell I be ballin'? How did you not know? How I make
It is the same
Welcome to Big Mom
3
Matters.
words over and over.
Damn, son, where'd you find?
I'm shaking my head because I know I'm not going to get the news I'm trying to hear today. I know they won't tell us.
Dang, son, I gotta reload it like a gun. Taunt them just for fun. They wanna see me with my hands out begging for funds. They ain't gonna see that shit cause I really make runs. They saying that they gotta get the job done. And when my crew come, they ain't gonna say no more in the slump. They gonna be deceased from head to toe. They ain't gonna breathe no more. Ain't gonna see no tree. Ain't no more paradise down here. It's only hell or up. You won't get a chance no more down here. I ain't showing no fear. I gotta ride for my other side. And they gotta ride for me. Cause they gotta say that they'll die for me. They gotta shine for me. If I shine on my own, then fuck, they won't lie for me. They won't lie for me. They won't die for me. I'm in this big, haters ain't gonna shine with me. They ain't shining with me because I put them all in the past. I told all these haters cut them off and all to kiss my ass. Haters don't love it, I ball just like Nash. Saying that they want a ball, throwing bins in the trash. I'ma hit it up like fuck it, haters. I gotta see it later, like fucking adding up my stacks with the calculator. Saying that they wanna brave something just like braver. I'ma be braver than you, probably be the first heartbreaker. I never broken hearts before, but I just might take you. Shit, boy, I gotta remix this shit like a bitch gotta read this.
We've changed things, so I know you used to work 9 to 5, and now it's 9 p.m. You're going to be doing this different job, but you don't have to accept any of that. You have no obligations to do any of those things.
See,
reduced pay, different type.
the employment law show.
Sleeper is the perfect
Thanks.
spot for baby. The soft inclined seat is ideal for occasionally sleeping all night or for napping in place during the day. It can be really confusing for parents to figure out which products are safe and which are not safe. In fact, most consumers believe.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Christ, Samson, be not, let the beat rock, what it do? Yeah. Hey yo, you know I'm about to go off. Nova Scotian show off. With flows that's doper than an Okanagan go off. The homie Brody told me he had a beat. He needed me to flow on. So we formed together like Voltron. Shit so sick, it'll make you wanna throw off. Sicker than a mix of liquor, piss, and coleslaw. So raw, disgusting. Nikolai Volkov with the punches and I'm lunging with a bunch of them. Stuff them in your ugly grin for lunch again. A microwave a hungry man until he's fucking dead. Understand? I'm an animal, a baboon, an orangutan with tattoos, driving off fast food. Swing a dang-a-lang, hang with me. You're probably catching the couple chargers. I'm not the hardest, I'm just an artist whose motherfucker are trying to do it to harm me. Don't be dumb, you should have come with an army plus some rum and some drugs ready to party.
I don't know where my mind is, my mind's lost. I don't know if I'll find it or I'm fucked. All I know is this.
You gon' put this shit on like that's the shit, cause
I don't know where my mind is, my mind's lost. I don't know if I'll find it or I'm fucked. All I know is this.
you gon' put my shit on like holy shit.
Yeah, doing blow until I throw up. Coke all in my nose crust. Don't trust Brody when he's smoking that stuff. Me and Christopher the illest for sure. Cause the bitch was in trouble before. Itching to stick my dick in the corpse. Drinking till I'm dizzy, drunk and piss on the floor. Fucking your bitch until the clitoris sore. I'm on a mission for the riches and whores. A bottle of the liquor with some pills I can snort. This the sort of shit I spit for kicks when I'm bored. East Coast rider shit. Weed smoke light a split. We don't like a snitch. Beast mode fight a bitch. Depot run on with some heat. So violent silent, G code silent. Jeans go slider past my cheeks, so 90s with a mean cold smile. I'm a G, no lie. I got a bottle of the Keats, and I think I'm gonna drink, so I'm peace and don't find me.
I don't know where my mind is, my mind's lost. I don't know if I'll find it or I'm fucked. All I know is this. You gon' put this shit on like that's the shit, cause I don't know where my mind is, my mind's lost. I don't know if I'll find it or I'm fucked. All I know is this. You gon' put my shit on like holy shit. Now ain't that some shit?
You do like this all day.
Holy
Nothing.
shit.
It's gonna be humid. Thank you. Well, there's gonna be ads for fans and air conditioners all fucking day. No, I'm not joking. It already started. We have the largest. What did he say? Was it like Southwestern Ontario's largest selection, some shit like that? Okay, I'm gonna fuck my buzz up if we go straight into that one from this. Oh, let's try this one. She's screaming, help me. Thanks. That's a wonderful
At my law firm, my team of lawyers only get paid when you get paid.
I'm not like all these other lawyers that have you like pledge like bars of gold and shit up front.
Or on your cell phone at Pound LTD.
This is All News Radio.
You know, I'd love to take your case. I need to know you're loyal and that you're down. You got to do some work for it.
Indigenous leaders have fired off an open letter demanding the government open up records they say are being held in the province's archives connected to residential schools. 680's Robin Crawford has the latest.
The letter from the BC First Nations Leadership Council demands access to the archives of the Sisters of St. Anne, which it says the BC government has been holding on behalf of the order since 2011. BC Assembly of First Nations Regional Chief Terry Teegee says while the archives are not currently public, the BC government has an obligation to let them be reviewed.
You're empowered and you're a decision maker. The information should be shared with Indigenous people.
The Sisters of St. Anne was an order which staffed residential schools on behalf of the Catholic Church for a time, including the school in Kamloops, where the unmarked graves of over 200 children were discovered last month. I'm Robin Crawford.
680 News Time 919.
Two days ago.
For contemporary traffic on the 9s now, here's Carly W. Thanks, Christine. This report is brought to you by MyMuskoka. If you're traveling up towards Bala, we have delays through that area from north and southbound Highway 169, moving a little bit slow. And if you're going towards Peterborough, on northbound Peterborough 28, we have a delay approaching Highway 115. With Cottage Country traffic on the 9th, I'm Carly Donahue.
Bob Clark and his team know the Muskoka Lakes real estate market the best. They represent the most luxurious waterfront cottages in Muskoka. List yours today.
Yeah, it's humid. And Travis, where the fuck is 160?
Tell them that the squad's here. Give up on the plan, fam. Every year is all year. Top tier, toe tagging, coke magnum, boat banging, park one of y'all. After somersault of Volkswagen, no bragging. I'm the hottest hopper on the table still. Stock shady deal, it never drops like a cable bill. Play the fill and dash while I jump a trillion hurdles, so we can't share trash because we run in different circles. Journals full of classics, livers full of greatest. Got so many bitches, I might give some to the neighbors. The realest in the business, all filled with imitators. This the rawest fucking course, bro. You dealing with the great.
Hey, yo, fuck a hook, straight bars and still make it sound tight. Ain't no doubt what a real one sound like. Cloud nine rappers hit them with a ground strike. On the one way, we giving them a round flight.
There's a way, but don't get in the way of my will. Cause if you do, that's the day you get killed. There's an image of drill. Cause the game is for real. Every bar's like a bullet in your brain will get spilled. And the chamber is filled to make the whack retire. They appetize to spit that shit rapid fire. This your life's reminder. If you pass the wire, blow up your close up. You a massive liar. Assassin tire for the duck plate, killing up wait. They suffer in a cupcake filling. Tie your ass up to the duct tape, sticking to your face, to your fake like some subway chick.
Hey yo, fuck a hook, straight bars and still make it sound tight. CRA, what a real one sound like. Cloud nine rappers hit them with a ground strike. On the one way, we giving them a round flight.
Vandal, they pull sweats and tail sandals. Find me hanging on your stupidest rail handle. Got me fucking when the whole team show up. Drug doses make the dope fiends roll up. It's on me to grow up, but I gotta reach on with it. Joe King knows when the smoke screen go up. Cold nights like rock thermals, I'm nocturnal. Parole life, we hot pearls, the block swirl. Hot pearls like slots, circle and crop circles. Shot bullet when the cops knock the hot inferno. Crawl through the depths where they won't accept you. Step you with all due respect. Ain't no fucker hook straight.
There's none in my map.
Ain't sport what a real one sound like. Cloud nine rappers hit them with a crown straight. On the one way, we giving them a round flight. Bitch, a lingerie.
Here across the GTA in a hot afternoon, sizzling temperatures for the GTA in southern Ontario. Guaranteed high of 31 degrees. Here overnight,
it's South Central Ontario.
Sunny and 32 on Sunday. And we'll
they won't call it that.
Warnings as we move into Monday.
They will not. There's like an unofficial. There's a rule somewhere that says if you work in the media, do not ever call it South Central Ontario.
Some isolated thunderstorms Monday and
Dumb
Tuesday.
motherfuckers might figure out it is just like LA.
But we'll likely be watching the radar those 2 days to see some isolated thunderstorm activities pop up. The guaranteed high today, 31.
Imagine doing what you love and not doing what you don't love. AGM is hiring renovators. If you're a renovator with your own business who loves renovating,
they're telling us nothing, but they're running every possible slot for the commercial. Hey, let's take a bet. In 10 minutes, it's going to be 31 fucking degrees. There's a heat warning on 24 fucking municipalities. Why can't you just say the hot, Ontario is hot right now? We got this odd combination where the weather goes from minus 40 wind chill to plus 40 humidex. And when you come here and tell us how do you deal with this weather, we say, what are you talking about? Because we're standing in 2 feet of snow in a t-shirt, shorts and flip-flops. What do you mean? Yeah, that's normal for June. It snowed, so I guess it's officially the next month. It snowed several times in May. Yeah, fuck you. Everything. There's one more thing. If you notice odd trends like the weather, and there is an inordinate amount of bear reports, and how daring these bears are walking up to people that are sleeping and swatting their feet. They're like going through people's swimming pools and things. There's all over the media right now. Everything I can find is bears. Except in Canada, where the bears kill people, and 2 people got killed in a month. And when I posted that to Facebook, I got a spam warning. The government said stay the fuck away from the bears because it's killing people. And when I posted that, and this is what goes through my head, what was the fucking point of me even trying to, like, thanks.
Drop timers, get you 500. Fiend sniffing, they sniffing without a stop signing. I play chairs over heads, beating like rock climbing. Fuck the clock, shit is over when I stop rhyming. All day I'm shutting down, it's slot time for pumping. It's bumping, just speed up, pots and jumping. Fuck about my trap, pal. If you ain't copping nothing, half a bird, yeah, probably.
What are you accomplishing? What's with all the questions? We're gonna wrap you up.
Nothing is the most expensive. Across the trench with my quarter tenants, hoping that they go to settings. My whole squad mostly henchmen, like Jimmy sent me clip full of Spencer passing through like it's loaded. Hey yo, fuck the hook straight bars and still make it sound tight. T-grams what a real one sound like. Cloud nine and rappers hit it with a crown straight.
I can't remember if it's the last verse or whatever. No, my dad told me when you take photos or run photos in print publishing, don't run like the crease of the page to the person's like left eye and shit like that. Or like, don't show like their hand halfway cut off or some shit. I'm trying not to talk over. No, this is not cool. Everything is not correct. But I got nothing useful to add verbally.
We're giving them a round flight.
Yeah, that might be the last verse.
shit and smoke that shit. It's DJ motherfucking Flash.
Gunshot liquor.
It's not. I ran into a situation where there's no more coffee in that cup, so I'm trying to overcompensate by smoking more cannabis, and I don't think it works out well, but I'm gonna do it anyway. No, my brain's saying, "Damn, I want a coffee," and I'm saying, "Well, that would involve somehow turning this into a coffee, and I can do that." No. Again, I just need a 30-second head start. I promise, in 5 minutes or 4 minutes or whatever, they're going to say, it's going to be humid as fuck outside, the air is going to be shit, the water's cleaner than it's ever been, but it's still technically filthy. We have 9 mixed, oh fuck, what do they call them? MSOs, mixed something overflow. So it's the S, oh fuck, they want it to sound better than what it is. It's probably storm. But it's sanitary water as well. The fucking pipes overflow into each other, which is ingenious for flood conditions. But it means there are 9 spots along the waterfront where we dump raw sewage essentially from time to time into the water. This is the water where we get our nuclear power plant cooling water from. I think somebody's motorcycle just exploded, like it's angry or something. And we drink this shit too. So the pipe goes 1.6. I thought the meth heads all died last night. The fuck? I got my 30-second head start. I'm sorry. No, it wasn't even a full moon last night or anything as far as it. I don't know what the fuck happened. I thought when people got basically paid at the end of the month, essentially around anywhere in Ontario, the last or first business day of the month, everybody that's going to get money that month has basically got it. Somehow these people got all fucked up this week instead of last week.
Head tap. Gunshot liquor.
Did the mic pick that up? Did the mic catch that? The other sound was like a rabid purse-sized dog. So that's, I don't know what that was because it sounded like somebody's human voice imitating that. I've managed to lose the rolling paper sitting right here. I didn't go nowhere. Oh, here we go. And that sounded like a dump truck hitting a fucking building.
A head tap.
Nothing. Thank you.
Gunshot liquor, head tap.
The windows are gonna explode or so, I don't know.
50 drum beating like sulfur. Out in Trinidad where my boy smoke was closer. Your homie got hit, he was riding like a chauffeur. Planet of the Apes, I was blood like clover. Some of the straps went up the shoulder. In the coffin, shutting the litter, giving you closure. You ever get closer, I'm coming out the holster. People ride the train, they're gonna see you on a poster. We poster, but you never talk on what we approach. Get the black or white line, and now you're doing the most. Kill him in my yard, nigga, like I could host. Didn't notice they pull guns when you thought you could roast. Use a dose. Know you love niggas, need some milligrams. Sitting with a milli, he be posting it on Instagram. Dust has love me, selling quarters out the kilogram. Chrome polish so good, swear I used the Brillo pack, baby. Fried chicken, oxtail gravy. Shaking up the ground like an earthquake in Haiti. Stop trying to rap, like how you niggas don't save me, you gallant. Played yourself trying to play me. They said I wasn't sick, but I'm sick though. I give you gangster rap, our calypso. We never stop eating like it's a pit bull. And young boy can't stop squeezing, he got a shit. Let's go with the hammers. Shorty in the kitchen, chicken like Louisiana. They killing like Diana. I go to sleep with a rifle in my pajamas. I was childish, but my Gambino no Atlanta.
Gunshot for your head top.
fit for the grind, nigga. TG. Man, them niggas that we beefing is so lame. I run with them clips, my gun black and I spit like old babe. Four white boys who let it sing like Coldplay. I sat back and got a flashback on my old ways. Like knocker, 30 shots up in the fucking chopper. He got shot, was shot back and couldn't see the doctor. Nigga bled, cause nigga I was fed up. Remembering the day my brother got it, couldn't get him. So my friend got a Mac 11, squeeze so wet up. And two bad light-skinned bitches for the setup. The city getting crazy and nigga. Moms losing their babies, I know the beans have to carry my nigga. To a place to get to bury my nigga. Fuck, but since then, we got a couple gunshot, lick off, head tap.
It was 30 degrees in 1940. Daytime highs.
Holy shit, motherfucker.
32 degrees. Our overnight lows.
So that's a nickel from 1949.
So
I keep throwing it. That's why it's got the king.
This is likely going to last through Sunday and even into Monday and Tuesday as well. Hot and humid air is also going to deteriorate the air quality here in the GTA, so that presents an elevated health risk. Environment Canada says risks are greater for young children, older adults, pregnant women, and those with chronic illnesses and people who work and exercise outside. The agency
hey, wait a second! You've been telling us to get outside. Hold up.
To make sure they are staying cool and drinking plenty of water. And to cool down, you have some options from the city. Toronto beaches are opening up for swimming today, and lifeguards will be on duty from 10:30 this morning until 7:30 tonight. The city is also opening up emergency cooling centers. Those are listed on its website. Reporting live, I'm Michelle Moore.
Yeah, so when you're sitting there feeling a little fucked up and you go to the water fountain and it don't work and you're like, damn, what the fuck's going on here? And you don't have your phone or you don't have a phone or the battery's dead because you went looking for water instead of going straight home or whatever. You can't go to a restaurant. They're all fucking closed. Even if they're open, you can try to look up one of these cooling centers and then argue with the bus driver about whether you paid your fare to get there. And welcome to South Central Ontario. I don't live there now, but I did used to live on the lower east side of Toronto. They don't like me saying that either. They really hate it when I say that. It's the downtown east side, really. Oh, they hate that one even worse.
Toronto. Eastwood Collegiate Institute and Monarch Park CI are hosting vaccine clinics today.
Damn it. Yeah, every time you say Monarch Park. And it's 20 years ago and that kid got stabbed up or whatever the fuck, yo. I wanted to respond to something. Why are all the water fountains in the city turned off? Like, they turned them off because of COVID. That makes no sense. Like, you're not likely to get... That's like thinking you could get HIV from a water fountain, so you turn them off. If someone with HIV bled all over it and you licked out the blood, maybe. Like, that's not real shit, eh? Like, could we please have some water out here? Like, people are dying. Like, you get dehydrated and shit, you get all full. You'll get fucked up before you find the next place. What's your backup plan getting water? Well, you emptied out the bottle that you had with you in the...
50 jump beating like stuff. I'm Trinidad when my boy smoke a coke. Like your homie got hit, he was riding like a chauffeur. Planet of the Apes, I was blood clot closer. Pork pop come with a strap, swing off the shoulder. In the coffin, shutting the letters, giving you closure. You ever get closer, I'm coming out the holster. People ride the train, they're gonna see you on a poster. We poster, but you never talk on what we go.
Yeah, I'd like to see, just like a $1 bet between me, Doug Ford, John Tory, and Justin Trudeau to see who could finish a liter of tap water. Hey, you could run the water as long as you fucking want first. That's fair enough. Because the pipes suck in 24/6 drive, from what I hear. $10 million minimum worth of renovations they have to do. I'll give you one little tip, is to put it in the freezer.
Like online and now you're doing the most. Killing in my yard, nigga, like I could host. Didn't notice they pull guns when you thought you could roast. Use a dose. Know you love niggas need some milligrams. Sitting with a milli, he be posting it on Instagram. Dust has love me selling quarters out the kilogram. Chrome polish so good, swear I used to pillow pack, baby. Fried chicken, oxtail gravy. Shaking up the ground like an earthquake in Haiti. Top Toronto rappers like how you niggas don't see me. You gallant. Straight yourself trying to play me. They said I wasn't sick, but I'm sick though. Shit though. Give you gangsta rap or calypso. We never stop eating like it's a pit bull. And
young boy can't stop squeezing, he got a shit. Let's be with the hammers. Shreddy in the kitchen, chicken like Louisiana. The killer like Diana. I go to sleep with a rifle in my pajamas. I was childish, but my Gambino no Atlanta.
Gunshot for your head top. 50 grand, nigga, TG. Man, them niggas that we beefing is so lame. I run with them clips, my gun black and I spit like old days. 4 white boys who let it sing like Coldplay. I sat back and got a flashback on my old ways. Like knock 30 shots up in the fucking chopper. He got shot, but shot back and couldn't see the doctor. Nigga bled out, cause nigga I was fed up. Remembering the day my brother got it, couldn't get him. My friend got a Mac 11, see me as the weather. And 2 bad light-skinned bitches for the setup. My city getting crazy, nigga. Mom's losing their babies. I know the beans have to carry my nigga. To a place to get to bury my nigga. Fuck, but since then, we got a couple.
Oh, it's, you know what, there was like another 16 bars after that. There's supposedly 367 tracks on this playlist.
Block from the bank. The gun is in a gun.
It's 7 hours and 27 minutes or some shit.
Battle just 2 blocks from the bank.
It's not a Toronto
And a gun battle just.
So we like all this kind of crap and we pay attention to it, but I'm pretty sure this story is not from Toronto.
2 blocks from the bank.
I don't think. We have some fucked up hostage stories and shit too.
The gunman's death ended 15 minutes of terror on Broadway that included a bomb threat, the taking of 5 hostages.
No, we get really bad stories. I'll give you 2 really horrible stories. But no, just they're not horrible like they're gonna make you feel bad. They'll feel bad, but like, like you need to make a meme of the photo or something. So if I remember correctly, there was 2 people trying to rob a cabbie, and the cab, I don't know, I would step on the gas too. Car goes out of control and smashes into a building or light pole or whatever. The cabbie dies. Yeah, that's a horrible fucking story, and I shouldn't even bother, right?
Hostages and an escape with one of those hostages on a motorcycle.
Drop that.
Okay, different story. The Danzig shooting, the first person that they arrested was the target. Well, the way the police paint the picture and the media does is the person who got shot at initially is who the police arrested first. That's how they do things here. Yeah, like this is your day. Getting shot at, then the cops show up, of course, okay, and then you are the. Hold on a second, what the fuck?
Shit as a waste man, drop a nigga for his chain, then argue about who the rocket today. I'm in the kitchen.
That wasn't
the
just to be clear, that second story wasn't the second story I was gonna tell. Give me a second. I got bad ones, lots of bad ones.
Pop into day, throw the stock in the cave. Beef get handled. More guns than Sam Crow. Blam foes kidnapped with you over 10 O's. Straps in the land road, work in the trunk. I'll teach you how to hustle, won't teach you how to stun. Niggas scheming on me, get hit with the pump. Right off the ground, pick him up like the bus. Yo, I used to hustle on my mom's spot. Whipping up, fucking up my mom pots. Turn the soft into hard rocks. Niggas speaking my name, get a hard box. Got them James Bond Glocks, always keep a pistol. Cause everybody seem to have a fucking issue with fundraising price. That I don't like a bit. So next time, I'm reeing up a counterfeit. And if it's whack, when I pick the J up, then I send it straight back like a trader. Yo, I'll send my goons all around your house, strap, make them circle.
This is also not the initial second. I can't remember which one I was going to say this for the second story. There's another one. There's a building where somehow, I don't know how the fuck this is allowed to happen. These concrete and steel high-rise buildings, which is approximately 10 floors and up, approximately they call a high-rise, whatever you want to call it. This is not a wood building that could burn down and all this shit. Somehow this building has a gas leak or something, and it explodes. The building explodes. I knew people that had just paid to move in and were then homeless and had no money, and yeah, arguing with the city about welfare payments and the landlord providing them somewhere to live and all this shit. I was watching when this shit happened. This girl made it out with her cat in the carrier. She set the carrier down. Hey, I read the How to Survive Nuclear Attacks book. It says don't stand, like get right next to the building or get the fuck away from it. She sets the carrier down with the living cat in it, and the building fell on the fucking cat. That was not the second story I was going to tell you. Yeah, we get horrible random. This is why the rappers from here got crazy fucking stories. And if it turns out because they're drug dealers or whatever, that's because they were up in the middle of the night to see this shit happen.
I got a shot that'll make the rap run. Nigga slap down, cause he said something. Slap identity. Nigga ain't said none. You mean the Kennedy. Trying to rob it like Oliver. My Lee Hoppy eyes while the snipers go trying to put me in the silence. I swear to God, I'm seeing sign and trying to bang my head out of the walls. I'm fucking wild, but I'm only surviving. Fuck. I was really trying to be a stand-up citizen instead of walking that crooked line. I was in the slaughterhouse, niggas calling me crooked eye. I can't stop like BT's video looking for. 3 shots, nigga shot. The fuck is you looking for? They do cut rock, but bar starting a cooking show. I'm the leader like Elias, lieutenant to precise. With pitchforks, underwater like a kite. My nephew acting like Hercules. He hurting streets, murder a couple of niggas. Now we be thinking of murdering me. 911 pussy, down that. Black Panther, Wildcat. These niggas trying to D-block me. Give me my styles back. We manifested shit. You wasn't niggas got sidetracked. I listen to your shit, I get sidetracked. Hustling a night back. Why that? Because I get my right back. Right back. That's bread for cats. You can't decide. I got a Rello twisted thicker than a rosin thread. Got me feeling nicer than home when they were dead. I got that bomb cutting straight from Hiroshima. Orange Kush, call that bitch with Khalifa. President Obama got me smoking presidential. And on my weed man, that ain't carry big credentials. Smoking on some banging grip straight from South Central. I told the head this and the head turned into that. How you learning? While I'm burning, presidential Bill Clinton, and she slurping, snake in the air, like a landfill. This kush slided in a block of flame air. I smelled it through the jar. I was so out. Got it at the doctor's with the recall. Experimental when it comes to the medical. Commander-in-chief smoking presidential.
Very repetitive. Some of these are very
motherfucker police always be fucking with me. Everywhere that I go, motherfucker police always be fucking with me.
What if you guys are gonna find anything
everywhere that I go? Do I look like a criminal? Criminal. What the fuck do I look like a criminal? Criminal. What the fuck do I look like a criminal? Police want a hella sweat, cause I keep a hoodie on, Bill Belichick. Every night I'm getting stopped and frisked. When I walk in the drugstore, they think I'm here to shoplift. I'm just picking up Percocet prescriptions. Cops always tell me that I fit the descriptions. So what, I got prior convictions. I can't leave the house unless it's under conditions. In other words, I'm a changed man, but they think I'm doing crime every time when they exchange hands. I never been on gangland. Got tats on my neck and they think I'm in a gang, damn. So what, I got on blue laces and I'm fighting for my life cause a nigga got 2 cases. I guess I got these crackers shook, they scared to death when they see me. What the fuck, do I look like a criminal? What the fuck, do I look like a criminal? What the fuck, do I look like a criminal? What the fuck do I look like a criminal? Honey bad motherfucker. These tattoos got them thinking I'm bad news. I'm the reason they kids like to listen to rap tunes, but cash rolls. My face covered in scars. Coppers on me cause they think I'm trying to run from a charge. Man, it's bad, I can't even hit the ball in peace. The second the public see me, they just call police. I keep my third eye open when I walk these streets. They don't want to give me chances, all they want is the beef. And I know I did some real wild shit in my past, so they test me by telling me I got a piss in this glass, the shit isn't right. I ask them what they talking about, cause
Cause I see them out my window when they watching my house. I swear to God, they better not step foot on my yard. I'll start jumping at these suckers, have them looking to God. Fuck a stereotype, you better take it back, bitch. I wasn't born this way. The cops made me like this, I ain't a criminal. Criminal. What the fuck do I look like a criminal? Criminal. What the fuck do I look like a criminal? Criminal. What the fuck do I look like a criminal? Yeah. Takes one to know one. Do I look like a criminal? Cause my pants be sagging, red boxers and my drawers is flagging. They say that my facials look so violent. What the fuck? That's racial profiling. Pull me over like my tags is expired and shit. Like there's no way it is. Yeah, I buy that shit. Gun registered. Still trying to hide that shit. Till the states that can't believe they let me buy that shit. I come to visit. You think I'm scoping out your spot? They taking pictures. You thinking this for my mugshot? They been calling me a criminal for so damn long. Starting to believe they right and you gon' make me do something wrong. You see me in the hood. You think I'm trying to rob you. I'm just talking to you and you think I'm trying to guide you. No matter what, they gon' call me a crook. So you think I give a fuck if I look like a motherfucker?
Oh, it's a bad one. It looks bad.
Criminal.
Their cameras make you look bad.
What the fuck do I look like a criminal? What the fuck do I look like a criminal?
My forehead is huge. Like, I don't have any hair on the whole front part of my head in this picture. Like none. Even my eyebrows disappeared.
We want within days to understand what bodies and never come to settle these lawsuits. Because we are not, I repeat, not going to go through the holidays and have people shot where they're going to be profiled.
Fuck. No, at some point in time, I'm gonna have to prove where I was somehow, and they'll tell me that, oh, it doesn't say you were in. No, here's what can happen, and I'm not even fucking joking. If these cases just go like with the wind, later on, if something happened between this date and this date, and I say, no, I was in custody, they can say, well, it's not on the computer. I'm not joking. Here's two situations. I was taken against my will to a hospital for 3.5 weeks. And when I got out, I was told that I was violating my bail by not reporting. The police took me to the hospital and then told me I was violating my bail by not reporting. You're not allowed to leave the hospital. Like, oh, I got to go out. Like, fuck you. There's like security guards and they don't need the security guards to hold you down. They have like a needle ready, or you can just cooperate or not. But then they tell you that you have to be like on your best behavior. They essentially, what you deduce from the situation, you got to be on basically your best behavior. This isn't the time to get political or argue about conspiracy theories or any of this other shit. And so you settle in and chill out. And then they, on a schedule, whatever the schedule may be. I think for me, they came every 4 hours. So, oh, you got to calm down. It's time. They would say, it's time for your medications. Like, I'm not on a time medication schedule. And then they would tell me I was being something, like excited or something. So I was sitting here talking to no one. So I got told I was violating, or I was failing to report when they had me in their custody, because the jail and the reporting program and the hospital all have this interesting little logo here that proves where the fuck I was, because they pay for all this shit. All these people get paid for this shit, and that's what all the computers are for. It's a time card for these assholes. And the other one is somebody hit me, and I don't like to do this, but because of what was happening, I preemptively spoke to the police about it. Their immediate reaction upon seeing it was, oh, we're not charging them for that, and left. Okay, 6 months later, I get charged because supposedly I assaulted that person at that time, on that date, in that incident. The police watched the video and deduced there was nobody getting charged from it. But 6 months later, I'm charged in the incident when I'm the one, and that was why I spoke to them preemptively. And since they didn't do anything, they didn't keep the video. I know it, the assholes. You say exculpatory evidence, and the Crown says fuck you. So it's just... I told you, this fucked up stories. People aren't kidding when they say it's serious out there, because without having done anything in particular wrong, you can end up in jail for essentially the rest of your life, or a long ass fucking time, regardless, decades of your life. Or if you get out, you're on some type of probation, parole, early release, supervised release, whatever the fuck the case is. They've got all sorts of shit like this. So if it's like, oh, it's not called that anymore, I don't care at the moment. Even if I was on it, I wouldn't say it correctly. For being in the wrong place at the wrong time, this city is fucked up.
Got that money on my state, bitch, like you, elevated like a top ranking.
Help you become the best version of yourself that you can be.
Slow down. Slow the fuck down. No, see, that's when things go too far. I want to hear people say stuff that's outrageous enough that I know it's entertainment. And you're going to start talking some peace and slow your breathing down, and I hope everybody's doing okay. And I've been getting like physically attacked for, like, I don't know anymore why. I think people are turning, I swear this COVID thing is fucking their heads up, and that's why I got a link here somewhere. I've posted it up before. 33% of people that get COVID go on to develop mental fucking issues like fucking psychosis and dementia. Those two right there are serious. Psychosis and dementia. Dementia is basically permanent psychosis.
Established artist.
God damn, I just turned that off.
So I hate if you really think that you're better than the devil, then you gotta get a separate fate. Cause rip off my shit. People that just send me get in my back. Well, you get fucking up country and that. And then you get clapped the crack. And then you don't know what the fuck happened. You're just like flat. You don't even see past my...
Oh, and province of Ontario. I've been trying to get some type of I know I know the blood test work itself is not that complicated, and I know labs are busy, but the blood work I need done is not complicated. I know that the price is like $10 or something. If I can get myself into some sort of National Geographic backed study to get my DNA analyzed, I don't know how to act. It's not something they do on a regular. And I've been waiting to get some type of referral for that for like 2.5 years. I get one more. 2 3/4 years. I've waited 38 years to find out my blood type. They won't tell me. They won't tell me my blood type. Every fucking I've had a doctor flip the page back and forth. It's like there's a page missing. Motherfucker, how the fuck did that happen? How does a page of your medical file just like what the fuck just happened? Why won't they tell me my blood type?
Identity, which is the DERE.
Oh, and I'm not really revealing much, but at one point in time, I should have been made a ward of the what they call a crown ward. So that sometimes refers to feds and sometimes the province. In this case, the province of Ontario is the crown. I was supposed to be made a crown ward, and I wasn't. Right. So they all got paid for taking care of me for X amount of days and years, and they just didn't. But they all got paid to do it. That's the catch. That the money, there's books that prove it. It's the modern day. I'm not the one that started saying this, but they're saying it's the modern day Indian residential schools, and they're not fucking joking. How horrible could the business report be?
To work right when you wanted to. And the third was purpose. finding something that really spoke to you.
Fuck off!
Was a passion point or gave you a sense of purpose.
For some, the new business is a side hustle. Others are becoming entrepreneurs out of necessity. But either way, Marquis says what's clear is that the early steps are not bound by traditions of needing big funds or opening up a storefront to get going.
There's many different flavors of what being an entrepreneur
broke as fuck, broke as fuck and living in a food truck, broke as fuck and living in a truck.
Up and running easier.
That's David Marquis, the VP and country manager at Intuit Canada. And at the Business Center, I'm Stuart McGinn.
Be the first to know breaking news as soon as it happens. 680 News. Did you know Ontario has the safest roads in North America?
Oh, fuck off!
Increased awareness to prevent impaired driving, like calling home, taking a cab, or having a designated driver are some of the reasons. Responsible legislation and well-researched policies and programs for serving and selling alcohol all add up to saving lives and preventing injuries. A message from Arrive Alive, Drive Sober, and Smart Serve Ontario. Visit arrivealive.org to find out more.
I can legally serve you alcohol. I can legally cut you off, too.
Are on sale now at Kids Campfire.
The opinions
I can legally mop floors in the licensed area, sir.
and policies of Global News Radio 640 Toronto.
Damn it. It's a garbage day for news. No, I know shit's happening, but they won't tell us. Oh, in about 10 minutes, we'll get the COVID numbers. If you were wondering, yes, I'm waiting for it, but they have to. What the fuck is wrong with this?
With Carlin Donahue.
Thanks, Carl. This report is brought to you by the Commonwealth Mutual Insurance Group. Right now, if you're heading up to the cottage, we have delays on the northbound 400, Rutherford to north of King Road. And up in Aurelia, it's busy eastbound Oldbury Road approaching Atherley. Up in Bala, we have delays both north and southbound on Highway 169. And if you're using the northbound Highway 27 as an alternate to the 400, we have delays approaching Rutherford and approaching King Road. It's also slow eastbound 407 east of the 400. With cottage country traffic on the 9s, I'm Carlin Donahue.
The Commonwealth Mutual Insurance Group. The best insurance for your cottage is understanding your coverage before stuff happens. Visit thecommonwealth.ca/cottage.
They don't cover crime scene remediation.
Around the Golden Horseshoe and starting off with St. Catharines, partly cloudy skies, 25 degrees. Hamilton seeing similar conditions and temperatures as we get closer to the city in Brampton and Mississauga, partly cloudy and 26. Same conditions and temperatures in downtown Toronto. At 6:80 news time, it's 10 o'clock.
What about the motherfucker that got stabbed? Was that wrong? It's humid, it's hot. It's humid, it's hot. Thanks. Motherfucker.
Good morning. It is Saturday, June 5th. I'm Christine Ritchie.
And I'm Carl.
I'm Richie, Christine. Sorry.
You may want to stay close to the AC because outside.
Fucking hell, you bastards. You're going to ruin my buzz. I don't do that.
This weekend, the 6th. You need to know about where you can find a vaccine.
Toronto police looking for suspects after a stabbing in Cabbagetown sends a man in his 50s to
Parliament. That's not Cabbagetown.
Justin Trudeau responding to Premier Doug Ford.
That is officially Regent Park.
He never followed up with that request. The latest on what he had to say coming up.
Well, I mean, I know it's the same fucking place, but they're pretending it's
Meanwhile, this afternoon,
on the white side of the street.
There's 3 games set.
Fucking assholes.
Sports at 15.
And coming up in business, Canadian consumers are showing signs of resilience and responsibility when it comes to credit. But we're not.
Yeah, because they've been through COVID. Half their friends died of it and they made it. They're going to the goddamn store. Fuck you.
Here's Jeff Karen. This report is brought to you by Diamond and Diamond Lawyers. We got some volume delays on the eastbound 401 approaching west.
Is there like a cinder block on the 407 or something?
Through that stretch. But other than that, your major routes are
I see you bastards with 6 ladders and 1 bungee cord. There's 30 foot, like I guess there's 60 foot fucking ladders.
And the eastbound 407 east of Derry, we got 3 right lanes there blocked off for construction.
1
and the
bungee
eastbound
cord.
Derry ramp to the eastbound 407 is also closed. Also, the ramp to the westbound 401 from the eastbound 407 is closed for construction. And just a
I just
reminder,
want to know what happens to like a fine-tuned European like sports sedan when you hit
Allen from Eglinton to Lawrence is blocked off, and this is for
a 25, 50-foot extendable ladder at 130 kilometers an hour, and you're this far off the ground.
Call Diamond & Diamond Lawyers for a free
Even your traction control computer doesn't know what just happened.
Your next report is at 10:11 with the forecast. Denise
Fuck
and
off.
Riachi.
Jesus.
High heat
That is when they
humidity
give
for
the
the next
fucking
couple of
numbers to.
days. We're tapping into a very hot, sizzling air mass, and it's sticking around for for a while. I mean, even through Tuesday,
You know,
we're
for
expecting
what?
temperatures close
Maybe
to
that's-
about 31.
So I have this
Wednesday
wonderful
will
weather
probably dip
application where I could
below 30,
actually
but it's
check
still
and
going to
probably
be
get
hot
more
and humid.
information in there.
It's partly cloudy right now with a gusty
No
wind out
guarantee
of
as
the
to the
west. We're
accuracy
sitting at
of it.
26, feeling like 29. That humidity is going to get more intense as we see those winds shift direction to southwest, and you'll notice it gets muggier as we move through the weekend. Lots of sunshine for the most part this afternoon. We're clear tonight, 21, guaranteed high
Tell us
31
what the fuck
degrees.
happened.
680 News Time, 10:03.
And as you just heard from Lindy's, we are in for a scorcher of a weekend. Heat warnings are in place for parts of the GTA and Southern Ontario, with temperatures expected to feel closer to 40.
And the city of Toronto is providing a variety of ways for
Did I
everyone to beat
lie?
the heat.
Did I lie?
680's Michelle
Minus
Morton
40
joins
to
us live
plus
with more.
40, and
Michelle.
sometimes it's only like 6
Environment
weeks
Canada
apart.
has issued a heat warning for Brampton, Vaughan, Richmond Hill, Markham, and inland areas of Mississauga and Toronto for today and tomorrow. Our special weather specialist, Denise Andriacki, says today
Fucking
we
hell.
could
What
see
happened to the regular weather
record-breaking
specialist?
temperatures, which were set back in 1940 at 30 degrees. Daytime highs are going to hit around 31 and 32 degrees, cooling down
They had
to
other
around
problems
20.
there.
But dive into this. Today, 10 Toronto beaches officially open up for swimming.
In
Mayor
Canada,
John Tory
they-
says lifeguards
I
will
don't
be
know
on
what
duty
everyone
from
else is
10:30 this morning to 7:30 tonight.
We have some of the best swimming beaches
What the
around. In
fuck
fact,
is my
8
skin
of Toronto's
is?
10 beaches have been awarded the International Blue Flag
Wilson.
certification, meeting high standards for water quality, environmental management, education, safety, and other services that are set pursuant to an international standard.
Toronto is also opening up 8 emergency cooling centers today. Those are listed on the city's website. Environment Canada, though, is warning hot and humid air can bring down air quality. The agency says risks are greater for younger children, older adults, pregnant women, those with chronic illnesses, and people working or exercising outside. It's also reminding you to check on loved ones and your neighbors to make sure they are cool and drinking water. Heat is expected to last
They
into
are
early next week.
fly
Reporting
as
live, I'm Michelle Morton.
motherfucker.
And if you're looking to get a COVID-19 vaccine today, there are many options for you. 680's Enrique Amaturo has the 680 News Shot Spotter helping you find a shot.
Not the shot spotter that listens for gunshots and calls the
Until
cops.
6 p.m., a vaccine clinic at Pickering High School is
I'm not
open for
even
anyone
joking.
12 and up from the Black, African, and Caribbean communities. Drop-ins are welcome at this location. You don't need a health card, but be sure to have your ID. The Scarborough Health Network is hosting several clinics this weekend, including one on Shepherd Avenue East at the Chinese Cultural Center of Greater Toronto. East York Collegiate Institute and Monarch Park CI are providing first doses to students 12 and up who go to school in the area and their immediate families. Be sure to have your health card and ID. The clinics are open until supply runs out. No appointment needed. Second doses are being administered at Downsview Arena for high-risk healthcare workers who got their first dose at Humber River Hospital. This clinic is also giving out first doses today to anyone 12 and up who live, work, or go to school in specific and postal codes. To see the latest list of pop-up clinics in the GTA or to let us know about one, go to 680news.com/ShotSpotter. I'm Enrique Amaturo.
680 News Time, 10:06.
Every time I hear gunshots, I'm calling that number. Tell them I heard it.
Case numbers
Tell your shot spotter computer.
Reporting 744 new infections and 24 new deaths. This means for a 6th
Wait,
day in a row, Ontario has reported
24?
less than
1 per
less
hour.
than 1,000 new cases of COVID-19. The 7-day
How
rolling
come that
average
number
of new
didn't come
cases has now
down?
fallen to 844.
Yeah, but
which
the
is the
death
lowest
number
it's been
didn't come
since last
down. I
October.
know it's not
Stay
going
with
to
680
go
News. We'll get
backwards.
more of the
What I
Prince
mean
today
is,
at 10:30.
680 News Time 10:06. For the first time, part of the Allen is included in today's active TO road closure list. The northbound lanes of Allen Road between Eglinton and Lawrence
so
are
I'm
closed to
hopelessly
vehicles
addicted to
until
cigarettes.
9
I'll tell you
o'clock
not to
tonight.
smoke it, 'cause
Is to
once
give
you start,
people more room to get outside. And because of ongoing construction, there won't be access from Eglinton onto Allen. The only way to enter and exit the Allen Road active TO route is via the northbound off-ramp at Lawrence. And this weekend's active TO routes also include Lakeshore East. The eastbound lanes only between Leslie and Woodbine closed on today and tomorrow. And roads in Hyde Park are closed until 7 on Monday morning.
Hey, where'd all these people come from? A man in his 50s is recovering in hospital following a stabbing. Don't pull no U-turns down there. It happened just before 10 last night in the area of Parliament and Shooter. The victim's injuries are considered serious but not life-threatening. Constable Alex Lee tells 680 News the investigation is ongoing.
The only information that we're working with right now is that the suspect had fled on foot in a northbound direction, possibly a female. So we're appealing to anybody that might have any information, any witnesses, to please come forward to assist our investigators.
Hold on. Was it a man wearing women's clothes or not?
Justin Trudeau is continuing to
no, if you just tell us, maybe we'll figure out what the fuck we saw. No, you might not realize what you saw because they're being very politically correct with every fucking thing. You could be politically correct after you catch people, right?
During a seminar hosted by Ryerson University in response to Premier Ford's repeated claims that loose borders are to blame for Ontario's devastating third wave.
You may possibly be a woman. What the fuck does that mean?
Request from Ford's office.
And he never followed up with that request or any other request for us to actually reduce
my jaw's
the numbers of people coming into
Ontario.
Now, remember, we have 4 international airports across the country. They've all been accepting people in Quebec, in BC, and even in Alberta, where they did have a serious spike in the third wave.
The Premier's office says those requests are well documented through several letters that the Prime Minister's office denies receiving. Under the current restrictions, upwards of 30,000 international
No, I think the punishment for doing blackface and brownface should be black and brown people should be able to make you do it on command. Go get your makeup, boys. Come on, do this. When you're high and drunk at like 3 in the morning and he's there, and you're looking at the shoe polish kid, I don't care if it's politically correct. That's what that motherfucker did,
Now today the Jays are looking to make things
That's the only reason I get to put it in that framework.
Right-hander Ross Strickland gets the ball for Toronto. He's had his struggles this season, carrying an ERA over 7 into the end of May, but he's made some adjustments and has only allowed 1 run over his past 12 innings. For the Astros, it'll be right-hander Jose Urquidy countering. Urquidy was on the IL for
Why are you prejudiced against people's handedness?
Holding the Red Sox to just 1 run over 6 innings.
What if somebody came out and held the bat like this and they just went
back of the race for tops
it didn't matter.
East. The Jays are a half game back of the Yankees for 3rd. It's a 3:07 first pitch at Salem Field on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and Sportsnet 1. From Sportsnet 590 The Fan, I'm Maria St. Cobain.
Coming up in 30 seconds, a look at gas prices and cottage country traffic.
Oh, the gas is expensive magically as of midnight last night. Let's hear this. And the traffic sucks. You're going to be sitting there idling in a lineup to get gas in the middle of fucking nowhere. Then you get no more gas.
Visit our updated website or email us for a virtual tour to see what will.
So everything's falling apart, but they won't admit that. They won't admit that everything's falling apart. Oh, fuck, did you miss it? The nurses are incredibly stressed out. The PSW's healthcare, whatever the fuck, I don't care what your job title is.
$1.33.9 a liter at most GTA stations.
People remember me because for every hour I'm in custody of the hospital, there's 6 people getting an hourly wage. Wow.
Thanks, Christine. This report
Some
is brought
shit
to you
like
by
that
local
I've seen
Ontario
like that.
Subaru dealers.
There was a guy paid to follow me around.
Delays from Rutherford to north of King Road right now.
He said watch me 24/7.
Eastbound Old Berry Road is slow going approaching Atherley.
He had a Union keychain. He couldn't find his way around the hospital.
Is busy approaching Highway 115. In Bala, we have delays
You feel
on
safe
the
with me locked in that
169
hospital?
north and
If I
southbound.
really wanted out?
And if you're heading on the northbound
know the
Highway
food was
27
nice.
as an alternate to the 400, we have
No, the
delays in Rutherford
PSW
and
knew
again
I would
approaching
like stay for
With
food.
college country
Totally
traffic on
had me
9, I'm Carla
domesticated.
Donahue.
It's time to summer on with great deals at Subaru's Adventure On event. Enjoy great
Because it could
value on
snow in
Subaru
May.
vehicles when you shop safely at your local dealer.
Get hooked on Bolt Plus.
That was 2
Bolt
weeks
Plus
ago,
is your
correct?
fastener
No,
specialist,
that-
plus so much more.
Now it's going to be 40 degrees. It snowed. There was frost and shit.
Industrial and safety supplies such as abrasives, adhesives, and lubricants, anchors, storage bins, paints, and
I need an anchor for my
cutting tools,
boat.
chain hooks, and wire ropes, plus a huge stock of DeWalt and Milwaukee power tools. Let their knowledgeable staff source
I need
your
a
hard-to-find
corded
items.
saw.
Bolt Plus,
On
proudly
sale.
Canadian owned and operated, many locations to serve you. Shop online, boltplus.ca.
At Scotiabank, we know that when everything you need is in one place, you can do more, live more, and enjoy more. Switch to the Scotiabank Ultimate Package, and you'll get a savings rate of up to 1.8%.
Ultimate Warrior.
Unlimited international money transfers, and a $300 welcome bonus. It's everything you need, exactly where you need it, all from one bank account.
You're going to get $600 out of me in the first year. I know you are, because you're like that.
Visit Scotiabank.com/ultimate300. Scotiabank. Time for traffic and weather together on the
Excuse me, 300. Scotiabank, $300. Ultimate.
We got some volume delays on the eastbound 401 approach.
You ever go to a restaurant that has the ultimate of whatever they make?
Going through that stretch, but other
It's okay,
than
but
that, your
the
major
ultimate,
routes are looking really good right
if
now.
you were like on a firing squad and they said, guess what, we're going to let you order from wherever, would you go, that's the place? No, you wouldn't. The ultimate, I've never gone to those places.
Dairy, we've got 3 right lanes there.
You've been in business less than like 30 years, I don't like to go in.
Dairy ramp to the eastbound 407 is also closed. Also on the eastbound 407, the ramp to the westbound 401 is also blocked off for some maintenance. And just a reminder, eastbound Lakeshore from Leslie to Woodbine is closed, and the northbound Allen from Eglinton.
I swear, if you give us a market minute, you're
going
to give us a commercial.
Download the free TO Waste app to access your waste collection schedule, the Waste Wizard search tool, and donation and drop-off depot locations right from your phone. Learn more at toronto.ca/waste app. Your next report is at 10:21 with the forecast.
I believe this was in the previous
very warm
video.
Already, 28 degrees at Pearson, feeling like 31 with that gusty west wind. Partly cloudy skies right now. We'll have quite a bit of sunshine today, a few cloudy periods here and there. We're clear overnight near 21, and Sunday is round 2. Those heat warnings are going to remain
this
in
is the one they're referring to.
We've got highs expected near 32
I
degrees.
swear to God, this is.
And again,
They're
not much
surround
of a
us.
Sunday night.
Your government is here for you, motherfucker. Get your hand out of my pocket.
High today, 31. 6 City News Time, 10:13. The Church and Wellesley neighborhood has long been the heart of Toronto's LGBTQ2S+ community. But as Erica Natividad of City News tells us, many are concerned whether the village will survive the devastating impacts of the pandemic.
For the second year in a row, crowd celebrations are virtual in the village due to COVID-19. But even if in-person gatherings were allowed, it wouldn't quite be like past years.
As many of our businesses are nightclubs, bars, and evening entertainment, lots of them have been shuttered completely.
The rapid closure of these businesses have chipped away at the cultural fabric of the community. But even pre-COVID, the future of Church Street was in question. Those who love what
you can install glory holes in your damn washroom. You can't put a walk-up window at the front of your fucking bar.
COVID, the final blow.
You ever walk into one of these places, like either by accident or because you really need a beer, you don't give a fuck, and you'll just punch somebody if they start with you?
Regardless of how many clubs or bars are there.
The Church Wellesley
No, the fucking rail looks like it's gold plated. The fucking counter's like a heritage recovered oak from a river somewhere shaped like a sand. Get the fuck out of here.
Doing what you love.
You sell me French fries or not? You fucking asshole. You gotta be careful how you swear at them too.
AGM is hiring renovators. If you're a renovator with
You
your
don't
own
treat them
business,
like everybody
you
else
love
is not
renovating
cool either,
more
but
than business,
in certain words, it's a good idea to avoid.
more than managing
I'm gonna
papers,
tell you which
and wants
one
more
is
time
your
with
problem.
family, call AGM.
That neighborhood is serious. In the fucking 90s and early 2000s, that neighborhood
with consistent work. Do it. BMO is where you are with digital banking tools you need where you need them.
You wonder why I was hanging out at church in Wellesley at the time. It's because there's a lot of drug traffic, and I've always basically felt safest and felt most comfortable surrounded by crazy people and high-intensity drug traffic. I grew up on Queen Street West in the 80s and 90s, across the street from the fucking mental institution. So I didn't know there used to be a brick wall around the fucking place. To me, it was normal for these people to come wandering out and talk to me. I'm like 3-4 years old, and there's fucking crazy old people talking to me. They're not all old. They're old, a lot older than me, talking to me like I'm supposed to understand. So I'm used to crazy people, for some reason, gravitating to me to this day. That they've got a radar for that. If you've got a tolerance to listen to crazy people without arguing with them, they will gravitate to you and start telling you the story. And if you're really polite, they will keep telling you the story, and you can't escape them. Oh, and crack cocaine really, so like the end of the 80s just took a fuck off in this, like, fucking, it was everywhere. So all those people are dead because they overdosed on crack or got HIV or some other stupid fucking thing. Which is why they started, I don't know exactly when they started, but they vaccinated all of us for hepatitis B because they had that vaccine at the time. And we understood enough about life to think that's a good idea. Because there's some fucking junkies in my neighborhood. And every time I try to come home, they try to...
Enough, which is good for all parts of the market. It sounds like we're coming out of the pandemic. People are getting vaccinated. So it's all great news on the horizon. The sun is shining today. And I just wanted to bring a message of doom and gloom. I wanted to bring a message of great things are happening. And if you need a car, use our service. If you need to sell a car, use our service because we're on top of our game and we can help you with proper advice.
Yeah, I mean, like a Lincoln Navigator with like level 5 armor.
It's important for people to know what things look like out there, what their options are, especially if they're looking to do something in the immediate future. I want the power stroke so it's always good to arm yourself with that knowledge, and that's why you do the show. You've been doing it for years, running many years now. I won't say how many because I'll date you or myself now at that point actually. But if anybody has any questions about this process, if they do have a truck, an SUV, one of those vehicles that you mentioned, and they're thinking, okay, maybe now's the time, or in a month or two, I know I'll be poised then. You can give us a call here. We are live, 416-870-6400. Chat with Vince Uluzzi and find out what your phone number.
That's a station.
And if you're looking for
something, you're just the guys answering the phones because they're not paying nobody to do that for you.
Give us a call and you can ask Vince if it's something he can facilitate and then talk about price range. And we can do that right here.
$1.
416-870-6400. We find your car.ca. We'll talk about bad credit situations next when we come back.
This is going to be NPR again. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, I apologize. Let's get this over.
Das hat sich viel verändert, Baby, when you get paid, and before you call, you should always remember that there are no bad questions. 416-661-4878 or on your cell phone at pound LTD.
This is All News Radio CFTR. Britain's Treasury chief says the world's richest countries have signed a landmark agreement committing them to confront.
I'm going to show you what mice do to aluminum foil. This ain't no bullshit.
Will also help to ensure giant tech companies pay their fair share.
I'm delighted to announce that today, after years of discussion, G7 finance ministers have reached a historic agreement to reform the global tax system to make it fit for the global digital age, but crucially to make sure that it's fair so that the right companies pay the right tax in the right places.
The U.S. Treasury Secretary says the agreement provides momentum towards reaching a global.
My grandfathers both just sat up out of their grave to come listen to this. They were like, hey, we gotta pay attention. No, because they'll still come get them.
Country traffic. Here's Carly Donahue.
Mice did this.
By Foodland right now, heading up to the cottage.
That's not normal.
Northbound 400 from Rutherford to north of King Road, and then eastbound on Old Barry Road. We have delays in Aurelia approaching Atherley. If you're heading in Bala, we have delays Highway 169, both north and southbound through the main stretch. King Road is busy east and west, approaching Weston Road. If you're traveling towards Peterborough, northbound Peterborough Road 28,
Weston Road or all the
115. And eastbound 401, we have delays east of Salem with cottage country traffic on the 9s. I'm Carly Donahue. Foodland wants you to savor the weekend with select delicious thin roast pizza or 1.5-liter Nestle frozen dessert for just $3. Foodland, fresh food, friendly neighbors.
In times like these,
this is unusual behavior for a mouse.
We think so. That's why at Duca
There's nothing in there for him.
You get no-fee checking accounts. You also get high interest on deposits and investments and low mortgage rates. Plus, you get to share in the profits. That's the Duca difference. And now, get rates as low as 1.59% on a 3-year fixed mortgage when you switch to Duca. Find out how at mortgage.duca.com. Do more, be more, achieve more with Duca Credit Union. Conditions apply.
So,
it's stamped HFA, but that can mean any fucking brand. But it's aluminum. That's not the cheap shit, eh?
Will your home sounds like the inside of a jet engine because you bought every fan in Southern Ontario.
So South Central Ontario.
It's time for a new air conditioner from Intercare. Intercare, your home whisperers.
What did I tell you? There's going to be air conditioning and fan and climate control and HVAC all day.
This report is brought to you by the Simple Investor.
It's all fine and well, but the certificates I need to do that are like out of this fucking world. I can build this shit, but I'm not allowed to.
Collectors and Express is just slow going through that stretch. And other than that, your major routes are looking pretty good right now, but we do have some construction. Eastbound 401, the ramp to the southbound Allen is closed for some maintenance. And on the eastbound 407, just east of Derry, we got 3 right lanes there blocked off for construction, and the eastbound Derry ramp to the eastbound 407 is closed, as well as the eastbound 407 ramp to the westbound 401 that's also blocked off for some maintenance. And just a reminder, eastbound Lakeshore from Leslie to Woodbine is closed, and northbound Allen from Eglinton
it's going to be every weekend for the rest of your fucking life.
Join Todd C. Slayer, the Simple
It'll no longer.
for the Simple Real Estate.
They have a machine that can drive along and pick up the concrete block and move it to the other lane. They can move lanes this way.
Register at thesimpleInvestor.com.
I'm not sure if that's necessarily how they're doing that one, but they can do that.
Denise Andriacci.
Heat warning in effect for the city of Toronto. Already 28 degrees at Pearson. Feels like 31.
You're just adding one every report.
Out of the west right now, gusting just over 50 kilometers an hour. Lots of sunshine all weekend long. And likely these heat warnings remaining in effect for Monday, Tuesday, as temperatures are expected to be near or above 30 degrees. Again, with that humidity also really intense at times, feeling into the mid to upper 30s. The guaranteed high for today, 31.
This summer, soak up the heat by the pool, in the park, or on your patio, but keep perfectly cool while you slumber. Sleep Country's Sleep Cool event lets you enjoy a cool, refreshing sleep all night long. Find mattresses, pillows, and sheets with the latest cooling technology. Like the Beautyrest Fusion Connor Queen mattress with an advanced Sleep Cool cover for only $549.
Poppycock, consumers want to hear about the quality.
Online at sleepcountry.ca to help you. Sleep well, stay well. Sleep Country.
Coming up at 10:30, the latest on sweltering weather with Toronto and parts of the GTA under a weekend heat wave with temps expected to feel
she just told us
today.
You're not going to give us any fucking news for 10 more minutes.
Starting today, perfect timing. Lifeguards will be at 10 of the city's beaches, and the province reporting for a 7th day in a row.
You mean there'll be 10 lifeguards for 10 beaches? Or like, how does that work?
News time, 10:24.
You don't understand this city. They'll have like 2 guys in training supervising themselves over like 6 beaches, and they'll say it's acceptable.
Wherever you get your podcasts.
Some big changes
in this jurisdiction, you can deliver alcohol
680's
from like 7 a.m.
No more guessing what you
before you're legally allowed to consume and buy alcohol without having a smart serve card.
The province's environment minister, he says that list will soon be standardized. The standardized list includes common
whatever rule gets in the way is just we're changing
like the paper and plastic cups, foils, trays, and boxes sold for home use, as well as single-use items that are distributed or sold.
Motherfucker, you got mice
such as
eating the fucking aluminum.
And plates. What exactly that list will be?
By the way, what happened to the aluminum? The mouse must have ate it.
Is to maximize it. Another big changer, it says, will be
I don't want to look at the second one inside of it.
Cities and onto
producers. It has holes too.
It's also to expand recycling options in public spaces like parks, playgrounds, and transit stations, so it's easier to recycle on the go.
They're lying. I'll get to the details later. How about I just listen to music and say dumb shit for 20 minutes and just distract everybody because this is bullshit.
60 seconds, the business report, and if you're heading up to the car.
They told us around June, July, August, September, some shit like that, 2019, that they're not recycling shit anymore because China won't take it. They don't have a market. So the aluminum and steel is about what gets recycled.
We will learn how best to achieve your full potential through meaningful connections, shared experiences, and collaborative learning. To see if you're fit for Entrepreneurs Organization, go to eotoronto.ca.
Hold on.
And bring yourself greater success in business.
If you're really waiting for them to tell you, maybe don't do it.
I gotta tell you, Bob, ever since I found out about Good Food's ready-to-cook meals that they deliver right to your door, I feel a lot less pressure when I'm barbecuing. How so? Every week they have 30 new recipes to choose from, and they practically cook themselves.
Now everyone thinks I'm the barbecue king.
Boy, those portobello burgers sure smell good.
Right?
It's going to be like a Canadian Tire buy a bicycle. I got a feeling.
Good food.
No, this is, I'm addicted to advertising. When I was a kid, they used to run these shows every year of all the coolest ads from around the world. And I watched a gerbil get smashed with a hammer, and I thought, this is awesome.
The latest industry insights report from TransUnion Canada shows
those people are horrible.
showing signs of resilience during the pandemic.
If I ever need a fake ID, I'm going to pull my real credit report from TransUnion.
Research and consulting.
We're seeing overall balances, credit balances increase. That's really been driven by a surge in mortgage volumes.
I should dig up and find the last
one. And then the other thing we're seeing is, despite the economic hardship and associated lockdowns and economic
I've got weird stuff on my TransUnion. There's nothing to do with me.
Combination of government support and lender deferrals and payment holidays have really done a good job in supporting consumers, because we've seen a really resilient consumer credit base emerge from this.
So to this point, things look good. Could that change?
There is a certain segment of the Canadian consumer population that's still being supported by government subsidies, and so there are pockets of consumers that are still, there are still economic sectors that haven't recovered. There's an obvious long tail risk there. And then the other big signal for us is just what's happening with mortgages.
Hey, so COVID-19 killed one person per hour over the last 24 hours.
And, that sector has a little bit of risk.
I wonder if it's worse. I wonder if it's like all 24 in the first 10 minutes and then nothing the rest of the day. No, because everybody's nerves to be shot.
The economy where there's still some, outstanding economic impact. I think we feel a lot more confident.
Matt Fabian is Director, Research and Consulting with TransUnion Canada. And at the Business Center, I'm Chris McCusker.
What does it feel like to play Lotto 649?
I have TransUnion credit reports here.
An upcoming jackpot of an estimated $5
They are so inaccurate that I don't commit to memory what they say. These addresses I've never lived at or anything. And they argue over how my name is spelled.
Buy your ticket today to feel the anticipation that comes with a chance to win a jackpot of an estimated $5 million, plus the guaranteed $1 million prize.
Oh, I gotta move that quickly. So I'm gonna save up old man coins. I do like 30 things at once.
We have over 10,000 air conditioners and fans in stock at some of the best prices in Canada. We have gazebos, umbrellas, cabanas, bistro sets, and much, much more. If you're looking for great prices and a huge selection,
what's the difference between a tent and a cabana and a gazebo? I need you to throw it in the back of my truck and don't even touch the truck. Fuck you, don't look this way when you're breathing. You better be holding your breath.
Now, country traffic on the 9s. Here's Carly Donahue. This report is brought to you by Off Repellent. Right now, northbound 400, it's busy between Rutherford and north of King Road. Then we have delays approaching Highway 9 to Canal Road. And then it's busy approaching Highway 89. If you're traveling through Aurelia, we have delays eastbound on Oldbury Road approaching Atherley. In Bala, it's busy on Highway 169 north and southbound.
That's not real.
We have delays northbound Peterborough Road 28 approaching the 115.
So 6 months ago, they were moving exits around.
Alternate to the 400. Delays at Rutherford.
Like the place you were going to was the same place, but they swapped the exits. I swear to God, I don't know how you do that, but they explained it over and over for 3 weeks.
Trust their family to protect yours. Get outdoors this summer with mosquito and tick protection. Off, live on.
680 News Time, 10:30.
Toronto's #1 for breaking news, traffic, and weather. This is 680 News.
This is Saturday, June 5th. Good morning. I'm Carl Garnish.
And I'm Christine Ritchie. Here's what's making news.
Christine.
Ontario is reporting fewer than 1,000 new cases of COVID-19 for a 6th day in a row and 24 more deaths.
There's plenty of options in the GTA today to get your COVID-19 vaccine, with most pop-up clinics administering first doses for those.
These old people are settled in. They can sit this out another year. Hey, fuck you. They're not
2 weeks early. 2021 first heat wave is here, and Active Geo is back for another weekend, and a new road closure is in effect.
I'm standing here. All you motherfuckers huffing and puffing, sweating everywhere. Coronavirus all over the damn road. The sun evaporates it. I'm breathing it in. My fucking whole body.
Action starting at 4.
reports of 45.
Use up all the damn oxygen, make my blood still up.
Logistics, how the freight industry has accelerated e-commerce with last mile shipping from the supplier to the consumer, accelerating growth.
680 News
You're going to make us wait for that.
It's time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Keeping an eye on the Saturday drive. Here's Chad's Karen Cooner.
This report is brought to you by Friday Harbor. We do have some volume delays eastbound 401 approaching west into the 400 and the Collectors and Express is slow going through that stretch.
Oh, you have no idea how hard it is to buy shoes, and oddly enough, shoes are easier to buy than socks. You can't buy socks. That's illegal.
And the eastbound Dairy Ranch.
If I sell you socks,
407 is closed.
if I had a business license, they'd pull it. So the only reason I can do it is because I don't have it. So shut your mouth. Because they're watching where all these clean socks coming from.
Just a reminder, eastbound Lakeshore from Leslie to Woodbine is closed, and northbound Allen from Eglinton to Lawrence is also blocked off.
Oh, everything's open, but it's not. It is, but it isn't. But it is, but it isn't. I'm not even fucking kidding. I kept up for a year. I can't keep up with what they're changing. All I know is everybody can go outside now whenever they want, so they are. So I got used to going out when they weren't outside, and now they're outside all the time, and I'm confused again. So I'm going to stay here.
Degrees across the board.
Till
More like 31. We have partly cloudy conditions and gusty
and then I'll stay until like April.
It's a hot one today, and this hot, humid air is going to stick around for the next couple of days. I mean, well through the weekend, Monday and Tuesday as well. We're expecting to see highs close to 31.
It would be nice if I could like,
Pearson,
it's 28, feeling like 31, and the guaranteed high today,
31. 680 News Time 1033.
Dehumidifier from 1981.
For 6th day in a row,
with this much water in it.
Fewer than 1,000 new cases of COVID-19.
That's why it won't shut off.
Officials, there were 744 new infections over the last 24 hours and 24 more deaths. And Toronto makes up around 181 of the new cases. Peel reporting 123, while York logged 48.
The 7-day rolling average of new cases has now fallen to 844, the lowest it's been since last October. Nearly 173,000.
What was it in October? What was I flipping out about?
Second highest single day total to date, and that brings the
total. We'll find a video dated sometime October 2020.
Administered across the province just under 10 million.
Because speaking of doling
out shots, from like 80 cases to 4,000,
helping you find a jab across
and they all went, oh, at least it's not 6,000.
Enrica Amaturo has the latest on some of the pop-up clinics that are open.
East York Collegiate Institute and Monarch Park CI are hosting vaccine clinics today to provide first doses to students 12 and older and their immediate family members who go to school in the area. The clinics will be open until supply runs out. You don't need an appointment, but be sure to bring your health card and ID. Durham District School Board is hosting a clinic this weekend at Pickering High School for anyone 12 and up from the Black, African, and Caribbean communities. The pop-up will be giving out first doses until 6.
I don't want this shit, but I can just imagine the argument I'll get.
Many options are open today through the Scarborough Health
You're going to tell me you shouldn't get this because you're immunocompromised. You should talk to a doctor. Can I get a doctor's referral? No. Can you test my blood? No. You motherfucker. If I lived in China, they would give me this vaporizer shit.
Second doses are available for high-risk healthcare workers.
They tell me what's in it, I might try it. You can't vaporize mercury at room temperature.
Be sure to bring your ID. To see the latest list of pop-up clinics in the GTA or to let us know about one, go to 680news.com/ShotSpotter. I'm Enrica Amaturo. 680 News Time 1035. Just one word is to describe this weekend: hot. As Mother Nature cools down the temperatures, heat warnings are in effect for parts of the GTA and Southern Ontario. And the city will be doing its part to keep everyone cool. 680's Michelle Morton joins us live with more. Michelle.
Christine, a heat warning is in effect for Brampton, Vaughan,
so we got 20 minutes till they tell us about this freight industry. So you know what? I'm going to double down. I'm going to follow the information.
Record-breaking temperatures.
No, I'm intrigued because I see all sorts. I need some type of camera I can just carry.
Daytime highs near 31 to 32 degrees. Our overnight lows near 20-21. So we don't get much of a break through the overnight. This is likely going to last through Sunday and even into Monday and Tuesday as well. Hot and humid air is also going to deteriorate the air quality here in the GTA.
No, you bastard.
So that presents an elevated health risk.
Oh, you're breathing heavy exercise.
Risks are greater for young children, older adults,
people with sickle
cell, chronic illnesses, and people working or exercising outside. The agency is reminding you to check on older loved ones and older neighbors to make sure they are staying cool and drinking water.
I'll eat the damn mice.
Down, you do have some options as well.
I'll put some rice in that rice
Beaches
cooker.
are opening up for swimming today. Lifeguards are on duty until 7:30 tonight, and the city is opening emergency cooling centers. Those are listed on its website. Reporting live, I'm Michelle Morton.
But we can't have the air supply for the building on. It's supposed to be fucking on like normal.
For another weekend, we get a rundown from 680's Kyle Hawking. For the first time this year,
city order says they got to wipe the grills off. They wipe the dust off the grills. City doesn't say anything about it being turned on.
Until 9 p.m. tonight. That's
inadequate. Use the word inadequate.
Tomorrow, those lanes. This weekend, also seeing the eastbound Lakeshore closed from Leslie to Woodbine. It is sure to be a busy spot around the beaches.
There's supposed to be like a half a dozen of these
motherfuckers. Sunday at 9 p.m. Roads in High Park closed to vehicle traffic until Monday at 7 a.m. And crews have now installed a multi-use trail on the Bayview Extension, which occupies the northbound lanes between Mill Street and Rosedale Valley Road. Only the southbound lanes are open for vehicles. Now, that's going to be in place in a more permanent way until next spring, according to the city. I'm Kyle Hawking.
Wait, what?
Trudeau is responding to
you guys are very lucky because there's a good chance you can just skip back.
Of border restrictions. 680's Adam Steinberg joins us with the
details. Do that through their
the
website.
minister says he would be open to further restricting international students from entering Ontario, but needs to receive a formal request from the premier.
Supposedly, I can't leave the province.
During a seminar last night hosted by Ryerson University.
Unless I get in a boat on the Hudson's Bay and just go to Russia.
Hey! Throughout the pandemic, when it comes to who can and who cannot cross the border.
But Doug, if you want us to suspend international students, just tell me, send us an official note, and we'll do that.
Can we get Dougie a Gilmore shirt?
International travelers. If you want us to do any more, we will do that.
Just because
tell me what you want to do.
I don't care if it's stupid. Everybody's dying.
Government's border response,
just keep the people focused on dying.
Says they've sent several letters to
these people are trying their hardest. They've never imagined living through so-called wartime.
The minister's office denies that claim. I'm Adam Steinberg.
And they're trying, and they see the 1% of assholes spreading this shit around.
Country traffic on the 9s. 680 News Time, 10:38.
We stay on the 9s like cottage country. That don't make sense. Oh, there they got rifles and shotguns.
Unlock new opportunities for your business by completing a free digital needs assessment. Start today to get access to tools and mentorship.
Put me into the fucking hospital again?
And gain a competitive advantage. And up to $50,000.
Oh yeah, telehealth. How the fuck am I?
Visit wrap.bot.com
I've got Zoom.
rap.bot.com.
If for some reason you wanted to harass me and ask me medical questions, I could answer the call, not answer your question. Who do I call and harass with my medical questions? Why can't I just enter their phone number and find these motherfuckers?
680 News Time, 10:39. There's that loon. It's time for country traffic on the 9s with Carly Donahue.
This report is brought to you by the Simple Investor. Right now, heading up to Peterborough, we have delays northbound Peterborough Road 28, approaching Highway 115. It's slow going on the northbound 400 up towards the north end of the city here, Rutherford to north of King Road. And then
hey, how come you say north end? Like one word, too. She did. She enunciated it. North end. One word.
We have delays 169, both north and southbound. It's busy on King Road as well, east and westbound, approaching Weston. And eastbound on the 401, we have delays just east of Salem. With cottage country traffic on the 9s, I'm Carlin Donahue. Put us on and find out what to wear.
Carlin.
The best weather reports in the city.
No, that's a beer reference. You look that in there somehow.
See Slater, the Simple Investor, for the Simple Real Estate Investment Webinar, June 24th at 7 p.m.
Why should I put any real work into any of it if they're gonna fucking play it like it's nonsense? Anyway, I'm gonna make fun of it. What are they gonna do? You can't make a rap song using our word. Yes, I can. I'll just repeat it. You can't copyright on the 9s, but can you? No, I don't think you can. Well, I don't think you can copyright the time of day, can you? Like that, and that format is so standardized around the world. Like, it's not all. So I didn't know. There's places that have a traffic report every 15 minutes, and I was like, that's weird. And then some of them have a traffic report every 30 minutes. Every 30 minutes, you get a traffic report. Yeah, you're gonna hear about cows and tractors. This isn't so. It's if you're wondering, I initially got a pension from the government for PTSD. I was fucked up. From government care or lack thereof as a youth. Yeah. So, and then this stuff here basically showed me how to deal with that to a practical level. So that's not my biggest concern. But then I had my physical health go to hell. I once got a letter, and I don't know where it is because I could have said all my interesting letters have gone missing. Any interesting note with a phone number on it has gone missing. Yeah, it's weird. And I don't mean recently with the mice. I don't think the mice are doing what bastards. These mice are too smart. I found one that was this big. He fell into the coffee cup and couldn't get out. I swear to God. And as I was picking up the coffee cup, he jumped out, managed to get out, and fell into the tomato can. He's this fucking big. But I can't outsmart stupid. And so I put him into a 5-gallon bucket that was filled with nothing but air. Just don't. There's no evil part to the story. And I blew weed smoke at him. And later on, when I let him go, he came back. Like, he wasn't scared of me, which is odd. These mice don't act like pest mice. They act like lab mice that have escaped, which you knew they would do. They're the most successful species on Earth. Oh, so the point I was telling that story was just, I'm not like suddenly getting traumatized by what's happening to my city and my province and then suffering PTSD like I've never been down this road. This is all like really easy for me. So if I make jokes and they bother you or trigger you, that wasn't the purpose intended, but I'm gonna have to say something the whole time with burying bodies or whatever the what happened to our morgue? What happened to all the morgues that were full and all the no, that's a serious thing. Crematoriums, they don't empty out instantly overnight. What the fuck happened? Oh, we dealt with that problem? Bullshit, there's something going on.
Echte Männer. Jetzt bestellen.
Zombie.
Es ist Samstagnacht, 3 Tage wach, unterwegs in der Stadt, deine Bitch nimmt mich ab, ja ich smoke mein Weed, mix den Drink, fahr mir mein Auto für Stephen King. Ich hab Löcher in den Jeans, Rauch qualmt aus meiner Brust, Löcher in meinem Kopf, Digga, gib mir noch einen Schuss, crazy Motherfucker, so wie Einstein, ey, mich versteckt dein Hintern, weil ich reinbeiß, ja, Jacke, Cry Baby, Bad Boy, Johnny Depp, ich hab Stoff und Schnaps, nenn ich Ronny Flex, bitter Lemon in der Baby, der die Augen schmeckt, jede Party endet eine gute, niemals so eine Sex. Für die Kopf bitte schnell so wie Ober. Que pasa la mujer bonita, hola. Trink mit der Latina 2 Corona, 0,9 im Blut, aber fuck it, ich laufe durch die Nacht wie ein Zombie. Löcher in den Jeans wie ein Zombie. 3 Tage durch, aber pam, pam, pam. Und danach fällt ich aus wie ein Zombie. Ich trinke und hab meine Zombie. Rolle mir mein Tobi immer und ich bring hinter die Bars, bei jeder Passatzene folge mich ab und ich verliere meinen Kopf wie ein Zombie. Zombie, Zombie, Zombie. Samstagnacht und ich spür nichts mehr. Mein Gesicht ist taub, meine Füße schwer. Knochen tanzen unter meiner Haut. Zumba, gib mir erst einen Kuss und danach noch deine Nummer. Bitch, yeah, ich bin der Begriff und cool. Dein Freund ist verschwunden, ich hab damit nichts zu tun. Ich hör dein Herzschlag, rapapam, pam. Meine liegt vergraben im Schlamm, Baby, du weißt. Echte Männer trinken Jackie oder Jimmy. Komm einmal, du Modus, der du Whisky. Yeah, ich nehm ein Zug von meinem Jimmy und dann denkst du Dinge, weil das gibt wie 50. Yeah, Pebble Beef, ich hab Low Carb. Ich versteck dein Hintern, weil ich drauf stark. Ein Ding mit mir ist nicht so wie Tinder. Ich liebe auf dich auf, sonst verbrennst du dir die Finger, Bitch. Ich laufe durch die Nacht wie ein Zombie. Löcher in die Jeans wie ein Zombie. 3 Tage durch, aber pam, pam, pam. Und danach fäll ich aus wie ein Zombie. Ich trinke und hab alle meine Zombie. Rolle mir mein Tobi immer und Trippz. Bring hinter die Bars, bei jeder Passatzene folge mich ab und ich verliere meinen Kopf wie ein Zombie. Zombie, Zombie, Egal was auch passiert, ich bleib mit dir, Babe, du kommst. Baby, lass uns weg von hier. Ich bin hypnotisiert, deine Blicke, sie machen mich schwach. Baby, lass uns weg von hier. Ich bin hypnotisiert, deine Blicke, sie machen mich schwach. Lass uns weg von dir, in meinem Herzen geht es davon. Schön wie ein Polaroid. Wenn du willst, mal ich dir die Welt. Tausend Anfragen, schön wie ein Polaroid. Schön wie ein Polaroid. Schön wie ein Polaroid. Schön wie ein Polaroid.
It's I can understand if I put it into some context. Before the fall of the Berlin Wall, you didn't have a pole.
MC of the Avenue, wanna be shaded it on me because I am better than fucking competitor. I say whatever, you bitches can lay the fuck down. My crew is tough, just like some others who cook stuff. What are you saying? You're bumping your name up in your rhymes. Fuck around once more and you're gonna find that I shit the knife up in your spine. Murderous mind is something to love because it makes me driven to lust. And when I do murder, you trust me, and it's just because I want you to.
You guys are like geniuses. Your timing is just impeccable. Like, I didn't technically light it yet, but I was about to. That's what happened. That's okay.